Y'all knows before reacts, man. I want to touch on this. A lot of women have been sold a bag of goods. And in America, they literally glorify being single. They want to go against God. When God made woman for man, he wanted the nuclear family to be righteous, for the marriage bed to be undefiled, right? But people are allowing social media, they're allowing the government, they're allowing the powers that be to steer them in direction that leads to their own destruction, their own sorrow and misery, as if God doesn't know what's good for you. But look at this video with this woman who's going to be crying and upset about having to work. But a lot of women don't realize that if they had a husband, if they had somebody in their life that can literally take on that load for them and they can remain in their feminine, it wouldn't be this way. But let's get right into it.
It is 8:09 a.m., June 23rd, 2025, and I am currently at a job that I don't like. It is not my passion.
Hmm.
For years, I have done things, worked jobs, things that made me so uncomfortable just to be able to pay bills and provide for my kids.
Now, mind you, she's saying she had worked jobs for years. She has done things that make her feel so uncomfortable just to provide for her children. And I'm asking you, where is the father? Because you know why? A lot of these women will let the masses tell them to get a divorce. Oh, girl, you can do it on your own. You can be independent. You don't need a man. You don't need this. Just so you can be a taxpayer, just so you can work 24/7, just so you can pay your bills and call yourself a boss B, right? So you can end up crying. You know how many men, us men, period, got to do things, work jobs, and etc., that we find to be an inconvenience, to be uncomfortable, but we can't go online and cry about it and get sympathy because they look at us as weak. But you know how many men feel that way in their hearts, but it makes them happy to provide for their family. They're like, you know what? I'm fighting these battles every single day. Spiritual warfare, people at the job coming at you sideways, trying to get you to react in a nefarious way so you can screw up your paycheck, mess up your stability. But if a man was to do this very same thing, they'd say it was weak. But if a woman does it, oh, you know what? Don't cry. You know, things will get better. God gonna bless you. You're strong. But all the while, they're not asking her, where's the man? Where's the father? Why is she not with the father?
I can no longer do that no more. It does not fulfill me. I'm such a creative person. I'm an artist. I rap, I sing, I can
Rap.
style, I can do hair. I'm such a creative person, and this 9 to 5, it does not show the creative person that I am.
No, my thing is this too. Now you got to think about what she just said. She said she raps, she sings, she's creative, all these aspects, right? But then she went ahead and had children. If you wanted to pursue a dream, why are you having children? And then saying you can do all these things while adding baggage. Whether people want to say it or not, I have children myself. Children are baggage. They don't allow you to do certain things. You can't be out all night. You can't just be doing whatever you got to do. You got to make sure your kids are set up properly. You got to make sure that they're excelling and reaching milestones and, they're out of harm's way. But you can't do that when you have children. So I ain't saying you can't pursue your dreams, but it's kind of far fetched by you crying and saying, "Oh, I can't work this job. I can't do this," but then there's no male figure around because you didn't have those kids by yourself. So it's either you chose that lifestyle because you just felt like you can do it on your own, but then you're crying about what everyone else in life has to do, especially when they have children. Don't self promote yourself in this life. Like I always say, God said, be fruitful, then multiply. Don't multiply without being fruitful. People try to multiply. Being a mother, being a father is a gift, but everyone shouldn't be a mother. Everyone shouldn't be a father because you don't meet the criteria that God set out for us. You're not somebody who can be reliable, a leader, a strong, remaining in your femininity in terms of a woman being able to take care of the kids and you actually not usurping authority over a man, but the man being the head of the household to rule his household well. A lot of women have a problem with being submissive, being quiet, and taking on that nurturer role, which they will actually be more happier with, but they don't understand that because the devil has sold you a pile of goods in the society. Great Babylon, right? Why are people allowing Babylon to dictate what she should do? I would think women are tired of going out there trying to work two jobs or trying to bust their head at a job just so you can go home and be a single mother and then go out on a club on a weekend and trick or sell your body. When I say sell your body, I mean get on OnlyFans and etc. People trying to do, even though there are people out there that actually do it on the streets as well. But you got a lot of women that look for validation from men while going out in the clubs doing this, that, and third, but don't want to have a man that they allow to be their leader. And then they suffer like this.
I am making a vow right now, today. I cannot live like this. I hate it. I'm gonna start
Look at
from
those
here.
nails. That should tell you one thing too, the long nails. I'm not saying that, at the end of the day, nails just define you alone. No, they do not. But you have to look at it from a perspective of spirituality. I'm a Bible dispensationalist. I believe that whatever the Lord said out of his mouth is truth. And when you look at a woman that have long nails like that, but crying about everything else, when you got to pay for your nails to get done every, 2 or 3 weeks or whatever case may be, or get your hair did, keep up with makeup and etc., lashes, but you don't want to have a man around. You don't want to be a nurturer. You don't want to just remain in your femininity by, r- retaining the benefits of being in that role while a man can go out there and be the best he can be and being a helpmeet. Right? People don't want to do that. And these women are allowing society to push this false narrative like you're going to feel strong because you're struggling, but you pay your bills. That's somehow an accomplishment to people. I'm struggling, but I pay my bills. So I'm a strong bee. What? No, you'll look that better if you have a husband. I don't know how women want to walk around with their kids all day with no man around. That is quite embarrassing. All the other races looking at us like, dude, all these black women walk around with no man around, but they acting all rough and tough, and then they start getting more masculine. And then the more masculine you become, the more stressed out you become. So the more heavier you get, and then you get mad that you got a big back, that you overweight, your arms are flimsy, all this nonsense. But then they get mad when you point out that truth.
I'm not gonna deal with this no more. I'm walking out on faith. I'm stepping out on faith. Excuse me. I'm giving it all to God, and I'm asking Him, please remove me from this. You know all my talents, and I'm willing to work to get there, Lord Jesus. This I just
You willing to work there, but then again, you had children, and I'm guessing you had children out of wedlock because she's not talking about being married. So you had children out of wedlock, but you're praying to God. And then you're not even looking like you supposed to, because God said you shouldn't be painting your face. You shouldn't be having no damn lashes or long nails to adorn yourself in modest apparel, but you're praying to God. That's ridiculous. You're not even going according to how God wants you to be. But the first thing people like this do is say, "Oh God, help me, help me, help me." Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. Not even obeying the law, statutes, commandments. But they're the first ones to cry. Women the first one. And then they become too masculine. And then now they're just not able to pair bond at all with any, especially a man of value. Then they have to mess with these effeminate men who are just fake thugs, don't even have any ounce of wisdom to give. And that's who they parade around their church, and then their children are screwed up, and then the cycle continues. All I'm saying is this, y'all, don't allow the world to sell you a bag of goods. It's not gonna work. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this. And I'm up out of there.